Hello, everybody, and welcome to Japan Time Episode 5, your podcast for Smash Brothers news, announcements, and analysis. I'm your host, Roger DeLuigi. I am joined this week by WarChamp7,
Hello.
Shofu, Ricky Cocaine,
Ricky
of course.
Cocaine!
What it do?
And our new guest today is Matthew Williams of VG Tribune, co-worker and very good friend of mine.
Who?
Link rules.
No, I'm kidding.
What? Way cools? What? Okay.
No, link rules. I'll probably get bashed on that because I hear Link's low tier, but I'm sorry, I love Link.
Oh man, if Black Blastoise is here, he'd like smack you down. All right, so let's just get started. There's not a lot this week, honestly. You guys who are listening, you probably are well aware of the fact that this was what we call a slow news day, slow news week, slow news 2 weeks. We've had like no news for a long time. But I figured let's just jump into it. So we'll start with the daily posts as always. So the first picture on 7/22 was okay.
Wait. I'm gonna need a link.
Okay, 1 sec. Let me get you that link. You got him?
I got him.
All right, good.
Hey,
oh, and it
look
looks
at
like
that.
Zeph joined us. Zeph?
Hi. My name's
All right,
Zeph.
good. Okay, that's not Zeph. No. Oh my goodness. Zeph is like, all right. He's like shaving a dog or something. What is this picture?
How do I see all the pictures? Oh, okay.
Oh, just keep scrolling down. You'll see
Okay.
the dates and stuff.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. So anyway, so the first picture, for those of you guys who are listening, was a close-up of a whistle on Olimar's outfit, and then the logo of Hocotate Freight, so AKA there was nothing. There was nothing on Monday. And any more talk about Pikmin, I think, after last week, and Shofu's going to explode. So let's move on to the next picture,
Pikmin.
What about Pikmin? Do you have something to say?
Let's keep talking about Pikmin for a little bit.
No.
Okay. Okay. I was just trying to piss him off. But all right, let's go.
For 723, the picture for 723 was a picture of the Reset Bomb stage, which a lot of people were talking about what the new Kid Icarus stage is going to be. And honestly, have any of you guys played Kid Icarus Uprising?
No.
Nope.
No? All right, so the stage
saw you
in
play
question.
it.
You still haven't played it?
I still haven't played it, but I saw you play it a lot.
You heard me play it earlier before the show when I was getting to this point.
Yeah. You know where this picture's from?
Yeah, because the stage in question is actually the one I'm playing right now. Whoa.
Good riddance, humans. The world's better off without you.
All right, so that one.
I'm
not-
Gosh darn. Gosh.
What
Gosh
is going on
darn.
right now?
That production value.
I know. Playing 3DS Live. So, yeah, so those of you guys who played Kid Icarus, that is from Chapter 11, which is called Viridi, Goddess of Nature. And actually, this was confirmed later on in the week. Sakurai talked about how this is actually the level that the stage is based on. And it looks really cool. Like, so long as there's no weird, like, stage hazard, I think this might be another good, like, fair stage that looks really cool.
That's cute, Roger.
What do you mean that's cute?
No stage hazard. Okay.
Well, what do you think the stage hazard is going to be? Because the Reset Bomb stuff, I think, is, like, background stuff.
Well, lend me your 3DS and Kid Icarus Uprising. I'll play through it and I'll let you know.
What was since you play the game? What was
Yeah.
like the who were the primary antagonists on this stage?
All right,
like,
so
what were the enemies like?
Yeah, Viridi, the Goddess of Nature, is like the main antagonist for this part of the game. She controls the forces of nature. For those of you guys who are listening, you're probably like, yeah, stop talking about Kid Icarus. But basically, Pit and Palutena are going to stop this war that's been happening, which is what the first picture of the stage is going on. You know, where there's like the army on the ground and there's like this big castle, and people were saying originally it was Fire Emblem. It's definitely not. So basically, there's like this big war going on, and then Pit and Palutena are going down to stop it because Hades and Medusa and all these other people basically started up this thing about there being this wish seed. Anyway, so Viridi, who's the goddess of nature, gets really mad at Pit and Palutena and everybody else and the humans basically for killing each other. And she drops basically a nuke in the middle of the field, and everything turns into this giant pink, like, nature ball called the Reset Bomb. And all the people die, and Pit and Palutena get really mad at her for, like, basically like causing a mini genocide, and that's what takes place in the stage. So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if there's going to be a stage hazard or if there's going to be something like the Star Fox stage, because for me, I don't think they're just going to like fire off a nuke on the stage and kill everybody.
That would be amazing, though. That goes with the theme of fighting.
New feature in Smash 4, timed stages. If the match isn't over when time's up, then you all die.
That actually
Oh,
kind
that
of.
would be, yeah.
It
Yeah, I'm
happened.
feeling that one.
It happened similarly in what Princess Peach's stadium, right? The big ass bomb bullet bill that exploded like a big nuke.
Oh, I
yeah.
completely forgot about that. Yeah, maybe.
That was easily avoidable though.
No, but it's still a nuke.
I mean,
Nuke
I
size.
suppose.
I think I'm just interested in seeing human death.
You're not gonna show-
Whoa.
This man is a sadist.
Even in the original game, though, the camera just sort of pans out, and then you see this giant like nuclear explosion, and that's when Veridi comes on and says that "good riddance, human scum" thing. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I like the stage. I'm kind of upset though that this is the 3DS Kid Icarus stage, because like this would look amazing in HD. Like this stage in particular would look really good in HD. So hopefully they're not sticking to only having the Uprising stages in 3DS, because I'd much rather have one of the cool locations from Uprising be a stage in the Wii U version than like a repeat of Skyworld.
No, you know what? They're gonna have, Kid Icarus Uprising Wii U coming out 2015. We're gonna get that stage in Smash 4.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
That'd actually be kind of wrong.
Calling it here.
There you go. All right, so so the next picture, 724. This was a picture of the villager tossing Pit's arrow, and there isn't really much to talk about here. It's just he catches the projectile and throws it back. But I was thinking about what we were talking the other week about, like what move of his the projectile grab thing is, and I think it's his side B now.
No.
You don't think it's a side B?
No.
Nah.
I'm gonna say it's his down B. I'm gonna say it's basically his version of Game & Watch's bucket.
I think it's his regular B.
Really?
That could work too.
It'd be faster if it was his regular B.
Like, yeah, I think that's his
Just to
regular B.
execute it.
Yeah,
Definitely makes.
press B.
Because people were saying B down, and I don't think it's that. I think that's still the tree sapling thing. We've talked about this, but I think that's got to be the tree plant thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because even in the
I mean,
video and the developer
that
direct,
that would make the most sense too, because like I think like if Kirby absorbs him, that's what he's going to be doing too.
picking up items.
Yeah.
I guess maybe. Okay.
It feels more natural, like how Kirby has the suck in thing by just holding
you
B.
press B.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, come to think of it too, Wario's B is he like eats stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right, you heard it here first. Shofu called it. It's his regular B. So 725, the next picture. This was a picture of Olimar and DK on a tin lift inside of the Garden of Hope stage. So originally, I know, Pikmin, I know. But originally, when we first saw pictures of this stage, I thought it was going to be like a flat plane. Like the way it looked in the original pictures, it looked like it was sort of like the Bridge of Eldin type stage, where it was like there was no falling or anything in between. But because of the lifts, and I don't really know, obviously none of us have played Pikmin 3 yet, so I don't know what the level looks like in the game. But I'm assuming the tin lifts might be something like on the side of the stage, kind of similar to Yoshi's Island, the one that's in Brawl at least. And that'd be cool. If there's no other stage hazard and it's just that, I think that'd be nice to have another like sort of a new Yoshi's Island. And then even better to have a Pikmin stage as a tournament viable one. So
I mean, it could still be flat like you originally thought, and the lifts are just above the stage somewhere.
it looks pretty clear though in the picture that they're like underground or something. Like if I'm not mistaken, it's like there's like a level of dirt behind them. I'm not looking at the picture right now, but are you guys?
I don't like that
it's
stage.
like a fence. It's a
Okay.
fence and some rocks. And
I doubt
I
there'd be
know.
like rocks and fences like floating in the sky, but
that's where
I
I
don't
put mine.
I'm not a
Okay.
fan of the stage at all.
My man Zeph speaks.
Fine.
I don't like the fact that there is a ledge with grabbable ledges on it on the stage. What if Battlefield had grabbable ledges?
Oh, that'd be
Then
lame.
it'd be-
that would be lame.
Huh.
Well, we're never gonna play it then. Okay, so
Even,
next
so,
thing-
so wait, even with all these Olimar pictures, there's still none from 3DS.
yeah,
right?
and that's really interesting, and I think that sort of goes along with what we were talking about before. That maybe the 3DS version is going to be the one that comes out later, because there's still not a picture of Olimar on 3DS. There's still not pictures of the villager or Wii Fit Trainer on 3DS either. So
You know why there's no 3DS pictures?
why?
Because they're having memory issues with Olimar. That's why he only has 3 Pikmin.
Oh no.
Still holding to that. I'm telling you, he's not going to have 3 Pikmin.
We'll see.
No, no.
We'll
Since,
see.
this is kind of off topic, but since the last episode, I played Vanilla Brawl for like the first time in a really long time. I've mostly been playing M.
Sounds fun.
Wait, what the
Oh
hell
my
is
God,
Vanilla
first-
Brawl?
The first version of Brawl, like the original. You've
Yeah,
never heard that
unmodded
term?
Brawl.
Why
is
wouldn't you
called
just call
vanilla.
it Brawl? Why'd you call it Vanilla?
Because everyone you think Brawl and you're playing Project M now.
Okay. Maybe.
No, I'd say Brawl when I'm playing Brawl, and I say
All
Project
right,
M. when I'm playing
whatever. So,
Submarine logic.
but I was playing through it, and I'm gonna take back right now on the air. I'm gonna take back something I said a couple episodes ago, because I was playing through the characters and feeling a couple things out, and I'm gonna say right now I was wrong and Shofu was right. Wolf should not be cut. I really want all 3 of the space animals to still be in the game.
Why did you want Wolf cut in the first place?
I think it wasn't a
Can't
matter of
justify it. That's why. There we go.
what?
You can't justify it. I don't know why you tried to explain yourself just now.
Well, the whole thing is like no, I tried. For some reason, when we were talking about cut characters, I thought like Wolf is probably going to be one of the first ones to go because he was the new added Star Fox character. But then I thought about it, and in the first trailer for Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS, they had like the 8 main franchises. It was like Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Donkey Kong, whatever, Icarus, and Star Fox. And then I was thinking about it, and I don't think anymore that DDD or Meta Knight are going to be cut. I just don't think it's going to happen because they're both original characters. They're both Sakurai IPs. I don't think that'll happen. The last picture, let's talk about the last picture because let's not talk anymore about remixes or Pikmin stages. The last picture of last week was an image of the new impact launch effect. So he just basically said that colors are going to be clearer when you get knocked off of the stage. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's like
Am I missing something?
It's like player 1's gonna be red, player 2 is gonna be blue, like that.
It's sexy.
Oh, it's
Assigned
not based
color
off
makes it-
the
I don't think
colors
so.
of the character?
Yeah, based on that caption right there, the assigned color makes it clear which player will get points in the event of a KO. Because if you have 2 red
Right.
Yeah,
characters,
which is why I'm saying like player 1. If player 1 kills someone, the explosion's gonna be red or something.
yeah, that makes sense.
That
Don't
would.
they have the point system in Melee? They have the +1 that hovers over your player
Yeah.
count.
Yeah, but Sakura doesn't like acknowledging melee, so.
I actually noticed those trails in like the original trailers, and I just thought they were a really nice touch. But now to know that they actually have like a gameplay effect as well, like they're actually like signifying something as well as looking cool, I think that's great.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the one big thing about the new launch effect stuff as opposed to like the old stuff too is I saw someone saying that I know we were just talking about like the colors being assigned to per player. But someone was saying because the colors like line up with the characters that were knocked off, maybe it just is to clarify, like maybe there'll be a purple one if there's like a purple character knocked off, or like a pink one if Kirby gets knocked off the stage.
I think that was just Sakurai or whoever took that picture being cheeky.
Probably.
And like using like a reddish character and hitting them with player 1 and using a greenish character and hitting them with player 4, I think it's green.
Trying to confizzle us.
Excuse me?
Well, because like his subtitle for it says like the assigned color makes it clear which player is getting the points, and so like Samus getting hit and the trail is red, that would tell me that whoever's red, and it's not like Samus and Link are KOing themselves off the side.
Oh
of the
no! I know what you meant. I was more worried about what Shofu said.
Don't worry about that. Bad.
All right, so the next picture, which was of Monday, 7/29, was the Wii Fit trainer stretching DK. I'm assuming this is her up throw.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not-
me too.
Yep. Cool. All right. No more needs to be said. 7:30 was a picture of the city folk background in Smashville.
How many Smashville pictures have we gotten right now?
I don't know. And I think this
30,000,
one
100 million.
Oh, swag.
But I think the thing about this one, he just wanted to show that clearly it's not going to be a new stage. It's not like a new Smashville. It's just I think Smashville's been upgraded where it has the effect from like Wild World and from New Leaf where the world sort of rotates as you're walking. So I think the background's just going to rotate. It's not going to be a static background like it was in Smashville for Brawl. So that's cool, I guess. But yeah, I don't think we need any more pictures like that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So 7:31 is a picture of Pikachu on Donkey Kong's head.
If this doesn't confirm foot stooling, I don't know what does.
Yeah, I think it probably does.
I mean,
and then
think of that.
Those graphics are kind of good though. I think that's a cutscene right there. No, I'm
It
kidding.
almost looked like
What?
it.
Didn't he say something about cutscenes not being?
Yeah,
in
that's
the
why.
game?
That's why I said I was
Oh
kidding.
yeah, we're talking about the cutscene thing
Don't
later.
get me started.
Yeah, we are talking about that later, so no worries. That's going to be in the listener question part. But the other thing to go along with this picture of DK is he mentioned on Miiverse, and this is like irrelevant to the game pretty much, but he just said that the pick of the day started because they were trying to like make funny pictures just during work, and they'd usually like put one up. There was originally the first but the first thing that anyone saw of the new Smash Brothers games. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was like Sakurai and his team drew a bunch of characters in Sharpie on a whiteboard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
No.
I don't remember.
All right, so basically, show if you could find a picture and put it in the video version.
I don't know what you're
But
talking about.
I'll link you, no worries.
All right.
But basically, I guess this pick of the day thing started where they would update the site and then put it up on the whiteboard, and then people just thought it was a funny idea and a good way to share new information. And so that's that. So the next picture, which is
Hold on.
August 1st.
Backtrack a second. What were you saying about the whiteboard? You talking about
just like that's where they would share the pick of the day, like in the office and things like that.
Oh,
No,
that's why
no.
it started?
Yeah.
You misread that quote from Sakurai.
I did?
Yeah, the pick of the day was never a whiteboard thing. That was just a one-time thing, probably. The pick of the day was literally the developers. They'd take a picture and they'd upload it to their own internal website.
Oh.
That isn't like on the internet anywhere.
See, I got to start reading it in English and not in Japanese.
This guy.
Because I was reading the update in Japanese. All right. Anyway, so August 1st, this is the picture we were talking about earlier with the reset bomb stage. So this is for people who haven't played Kid Icarus. This is the same stage that you saw in the picture from July 23rd, which is the reset bomb chapter 11 stage, only after the nuke basically was set off. So this is sort of why I was questioning if there's even going to be a stage hazard, because it looks more like a background effect than anything else. How like the background's all pink and you could still see the characters in front. But one thing that I'm noticing, and one thing that people pointed out, is basically Donkey Kong's like roll, because people were saying, oh, maybe they implemented the roll from Project M into the game.
It looks like his double jump.
Thank you, Zeph.
And I was playing Brawl this morning, and I don't think even that's his double jump. What I think it is what he does after his forward air.
Nah.
He does like a roll in the air.
Nah, that's not it.
When he double jumps, he grabs onto his head for like a second, and he like is in a ball.
He's double jumping.
He's double jumping.
There you go. And then the last picture of the week, which was August 2nd, was...
This picture made me so mad.
Why?
Because last year on his birthday, he revealed Subspace Emissary, and now we get Mega Man and Mario.
Mega Man, sure you can, and Mario jumping.
Wait,
well,
it's his birthday, August 2nd?
It was his birthday
today.
Saturday. Yeah,
his
today.
birthday's today.
Huh.
Yeah.
well, I think if it was his birthday, wouldn't we be getting something good on Monday and not getting something good on Friday?
Yeah, maybe he already. Maybe,
I'm just going off the Googles.
Maybe he already had this ready for us. You know.
That's a good point.
It was already prepared, chilling.
Hopefully, he announces the elf from Pikmin 3.
Get out!
What are you saying to me right now?
Lucky.
That would make sense though, because if his birthday is Saturday, it would make sense that a birthday post would be on Monday, not
Right. It wouldn't be on Friday. So
We'll see.
And my man's living
Yeah.
life right now. He's
All right, everybody, let's all not get our hopes up.
no, but I do think I will say this is I'm pretty confident that within like by the next time we have a podcast, like 2 weeks from now, I'm 99% sure there will be a very big reveal, either a character or something. Like there'll either be a returning character or a newcomer. But we'll see.
Pac-Man.
What?
We'll talk about it later.
All right. No, what I'm thinking is because there's going to be a Wonderful 1 Nintendo Direct, Wonderful 101 Nintendo Direct coming up within the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
They've already announced it. And then on top of that, Bill Trinan there was one, like whatever the last Nintendo Direct was, said that the next Nintendo Direct was going to focus almost entirely on Wonderful 101. And I'm thinking he said almost because at the ending we're going to get a Wonderful 101 character confirmed for Smash Brothers. That's what I think.
Nobody even knows anything about that game yet.
That's the point though, is because it's a new Nintendo IP. It's exclusive to Wii U. There's a character that's in it. They could make an original moveset, and then that would help like sell the game because it's hard to make a new IP just from the ground up.
That'd be cool, actually.
At the beginning of all of this, Sakurai said he wants to use Smash 4 to revive retro Nintendo characters that have been forgotten. So I don't think that's gonna happen.
We'll see. I
think
put my money on it.
Just no
Who's taking bets?
Money.
Well, I mean, we're doing the pictures now, so let's like talk about that. Like, what retro characters are really left at this point? Like major retro characters that they could bring back.
I think we talked about this last week, but Mock Rider.
Ew.
Mock Rider would be awesome. Why are you saying ew?
If they got in touch with Square Enix and stopped being jackasses, then we could get a bunch of cool characters.
Like Chrono and Slime, and that would be cool.
We can't get Chrono because of they're not in touch with Square Enix.
Well, I mean, he's a third-party character, so I mean, it's gonna have to jump through the hoops. Like if they were gonna get a Dragon Quest or Square character, they'd have to jump through the same hoops they did for Sonic and Snake and Mega Man.
What about Isaac?
So
is Isaac Nintendo? Like,
Isaac is Nintendo, but he's not really
Camelot as well.
I don't know. We'll see. People have been saying Isaac, but I don't know. I feel like he's one of those people where, like, since him being an assist trophy in Brawl, he hasn't really. It wasn't a 3DS game, but it was a DS game, and it didn't take off very well, and it didn't even star him. Like he was in it, but he was an older version of himself.
Yeah.
But since Brawl came out, there has been a new Punch Out. And I'm feeling Little Mac. I think Little Mac will be in this one.
Yeah, there's that boxing stage, so.
Oh yeah.
And on top of that, like,
retro.
they even threw in in the Punch Out game for Wii, like his transformation into Gigamac, which to me was like screaming Smash Brothers Final Smash. So I don't know. We'll see.
You know, I want the main character of Joust.
I've never. Oh, I want Dylan from Rolling Western, but
what the heck is that?
Oh, that's a good pick.
I'm actually with you. I would really like to see Dylan, and they gave him a puzzle panel for 3DS too, so they're acknowledging his existence. Well, same they did that with Xenoblade too, so maybe Shulk.
You know,
I don't know.
If they weren't having issues with Ice Climbers, I'd say I want another dual character. So throw some Lolo Lala at me.
What?
Are they first party Nintendo?
They're Kirby.
They're Kirby characters, technically. Like they had their own series, and then they kind of got thrown into the Kirby series. Yeah.
like Prince Fluff or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever Yarn. I don't know. I'm just guessing his name.
See, maybe. Oh, this is a perfect time, by the way. Ike, you berated me when we were at dinner with Chase the other night about not bringing this up in the podcast. I'm going to bring it up in the podcast now. So me and Ike were talking. I mean, me and Ricky. Sorry. About we were talking.
Okay.
I don't know who this Ike character is, but okay.
So anyway, me and Ricky were talking over dinner over some chicken, and we were thinking.
It's so true.
This man got off.
This is actually true.
Wait, what do you have to drink? What were your sides? I want to know everything.
Water.
How did you get
Orange. What?
Boss water of kings. Anyway, so we were talking about why Yoshi hasn't been revealed yet.
Because Yoshi's a bastard character.
No. Here's what I think. So there's a new Yoshi's Island game coming out for 3DS where he clearly has Baby Mario on his back, and I'm thinking the reason they didn't show Yoshi is because when they do show Yoshi, he'll have Baby Mario on his back, and he'll have a completely new moveset.
That sounds like a bunch of garbage. I'm not even joking right now.
I don't know, man. I think that might be the reason why we haven't seen him yet.
I think we haven't seen him yet just because we haven't seen him yet.
But it seems weird because we've seen all the other 8, right? And plus we've seen Bowser and we've seen Olimar. So it seems weird to completely skip over Yoshi. I don't know.
We haven't seen Captain Falcon.
We haven't seen Ness.
But Ness
is Yoshi even relevant?
Are unlockables.
Anymore?
Where's Luigi, man? Luigi's been cut.
He's talking about
Panic.
So we've seen the original 8 that are always there from the start, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, Luigi and Jigglypuff and Falcon and Ness aren't going anywhere, but I'm saying that, like, them not being shown yet is acceptable because they were always unlockables. So, except for in Melee.
Well,
but again, like you said, Sakurai doesn't acknowledge Melee.
If they do you think he'll show the characters that are in the game before? Do you think he'll show any of the unlockable characters?
Other than Mega Man will be unlockable.
Do you think we'll have a full roster before the game comes out?
No,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
absolutely not.
Why wouldn't he do that though? He
So
does
this
that for Brawl.
this weirdo hates spoilers.
Who, me?
No, fuck
Oh.
Sakurai.
I love spoilers.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't know. I
Jiggly-
don't think we're gonna see the full roster though.
You
Like if
think
I see the
Jigglypuff's
roster
gonna
has
stay
some,
in?
Yeah.
hopefully not. I don't want her anywhere near my game.
I was reading a couple of places. They're trying to phase out some of the old Generation 1 Pokemon characters, trying to bring in some new ones. Just don't keep Lucario, please.
Or I want Waluigi.
Lucario's man, dude.
All right, so this is devolving into like a character prediction thing. This is
Yeah.
like exactly what Black was talking about before the show. He's like, I don't want this. So we're gonna move to the next topic. So this topic, I know you guys said you didn't want to acknowledge it, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. So there's been a really big campaign recently.
No.
Big enough to the point. Yeah, I'm mentioning it. Yeah. So big enough to the point where it was on the front page of Yahoo. So I guess Reggie, when he was on, Reggie Fils-Aimé, president of Nintendo America, was on Jimmy Fallon during E3 week. And someone tweeted him a question, would you be open if Sakurai asked you to be in the next Smash Brothers? And he said, Sakurai hasn't asked me that yet, but if he does want me, my body is ready. And a bunch of people were like, oh man, Reggie for Smash Brothers, confirmed. And it was like a big hashtag, and it was trending for a while, Reggie for Smash Brothers. And so people, I guess, want Reggie to be a character. What do you guys think about this?
People
I
are
think that's-
valuable
I think
character
that's so-
slots.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would you waste an extremely valuable character roster spot on that garbage?
People are forgetting that there could be cool cameos through stuff like assist trophies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not entire character
this I will
stuff.
say, if there is, or if there's like during the Wii Fit stage, if Reggie shows up in the background and jumps on a balance board and says my body is ready, like I'll be fine with that. Or like if they have like an assist trophy where he gets thrown out and he's like in the purple Pikmin suit from last E3 and he's like, I feel just like a purple Pikmin, that would work fine too. But I think putting him in as a character would be really weird.
Maybe he's a me character. I think that'd look
No,
better.
that'd be even worse than Reggie. I don't want a me character.
You know, I can
know
see
me
that,
Reggie.
though.
Because if
Like,
there's a me Miyamoto, why not throw me Reggie in?
I would, if there is a me in the game and they do have like a trailer for the Miis, because like they have trailers for all these new characters and they're all like CG, I could see there being like a me reveal and using the Reggie me as the default me if you don't change to any other me. If you don't use your own or don't use a celebrity or something. But I know people are against the Miis, but I kind of like would want it.
If
I kind of
there's a
want the
character,
Miis.
I'm gonna go back to 2001 and keep playing Melee.
I'm
You don't want like
I'm not gonna play this.
you
Project.
don't want a fight of like Jesus versus Hitler versus Tom Selleck? Like
No,
why not? It would be
I
incredible.
want Mario versus Luigi versus Link versus Yoshi. I don't want any of that.
I don't
know.
I don't think he should give people that much freedom.
Yeah.
I have a moral obligation just to remind everyone: Project M can be played on Wii U.
Yeah. Just in
Oh,
case.
goodness.
Not bad.
And that game is being patched. Smash 4 might not be.
Wait, what?
Because remember, he said something that he might do patches, if not, or I can't speak English. He might do patches, and he might not. I don't know.
They're not on the table right now, apparently. Like
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
thinking.
Well,
they're not-
That's good. I mean, I think we talked about this a little before, but I think that's a good thing because them not thinking about patches, like saying they're open to it in the future, but not thinking about them now means they're actually making an effort to balance the characters early before the game is shipped. So they have a non-broken game. So we don't end up with like Meta Knight or Snake again.
Yeah.
And we actually have a regular good game. And then if something can be exploited, they can like fix it and put a patch in. But I think it's good that they're actually thinking in the first place, like not to have these characters be broken.
We'll see. Okay, so as someone who like lightly dabbles in programming and like game development stuff, I have to say, if the response to the question of DLC is that it's not off the table, but they're not really focusing on it right now, that's probably a bad sign because adding content to a game is very dependent on how the game is set up. So if they don't like set out from the get-go to have the ability to like add stuff like characters and stages, it might be a real pain in the ass to do it later, to the point that it might not be worth it at that point, since they would have to like jump through so many hoops to do it, as opposed to having it ready from the start. So
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. So
the fact that they answered the question that way it's got me a bit worried. They could definitely do patches, because that would just be changing the stuff that's already there. But when it comes to adding new stuff, that is very dependent on how things are set up.
I feel like though if you have the roster there already and you don't make people pay for DLC, that's fine. Like I wouldn't really care. Like I feel like if they're gonna add DLC to Smash, I would want like new stages. I wouldn't really want new characters because you already have like I mean people argue this, but there's like a yearly update of Street Fighter, a yearly boxed update every single year. So there's always a new version of Street Fighter when they add those characters. Whereas we only get one Smash Brothers per generation. Like we're lucky this time with two, one's on 3DS and one's on Wii U.
That's exactly why I don't want Reggie in the game. I'm not gonna look at his face for 7 years.
Yeah, but the reason there's yearly updates for Street Fighter is because the people who make that game recognize the competitive scene.
That's true.
I mean, that's a competitive game. Yeah, that makes sense.
People,
but I don't know. I
people who
feel
work
like
on Smash,
they're pretty well aware of the competitive scene.
Yeah, but he still won't acknowledge Melee. Trust me.
Or at least Evo this year.
That wasn't necessarily.
He probably didn't even know Evo existed. He was just chilling at home.
Waiting for his birthday.
Working on Smash 4.
Anyway. It got awkward in here.
He probably was working on his birthday.
Of course. I mean, it's dedicated.
No, it's good. It's good. All right, so
All right, that's why I got awkward.
Do you guys want to talk about
Delayed.
stages, or do you want to jump right into listener questions?
I don't care.
Hello?
You were delayed. That's why it was awkward, because you were getting everything I said like 2 seconds late.
Oh, I was like, why are things silent? Why can't I be heard?
Yeah.
That's why. My internet's just terrible today, I guess, for some reason.
Today, he says.
Anyways, let's jump into questions then. So the first question comes from John Loch Ness from Twitter.
Hi, John.
And he said, if players decide to split pots, do you think they still shouldn't underperform? Do you think they should still play their best, or do you think there should be no pot splitting whatsoever?
Last one.
What is he talking about?
I
Talking about
think
competitive scene where two players, it's usually if they're friends, they won't try as hard in the grand finals and just split the money 50-50 and have fun with the match.
Does that ever happen?
Oh.
That's that happened in the tournament with like double Lucario on Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, it happened in Smash a long time ago, and the reason that's probably come up is because it just happened really recently at a big fighting game tournament.
Do you know which one it was?
I don't know what. It was VXG, I think is the name.
Okay.
I don't know what game it was. I don't know if it was like Street Fighter or Marvel, but it was a big fighting game tournament. Mad Catz was very unhappy about it because they were like a sponsor for the tournament, and they're like, that's not cool. And it's caused a lot of drama recently.
I don't like that idea at all.
I think the big fancy word is collusion.
Yeah, that's what everyone is saying.
And that's bad. Don't do that. Don't pot split. Play to win, guys.
Or
Yeah,
if
I
you
feel like
do it in private, or don't let anyone know.
Yeah.
That's what they do over there with the sumo wrestlers in Japan.
I mean, unless
what do you mean?
I don't know.
Split?
I mean, I could see why somebody would do that. Like, that's your friend. You don't want to just. I don't know.
If people get caught doing that, they should be disqualified, if you ask me.
I mean, but they're not breaking
Yeah, I'm
any
kind of
rules.
the same way.
They're not breaking any
That's why
rules.
you wait after the tournament. When
They're
you guys
point-
are at home, you give each other the money.
They're point shaving.
It was a rule at Evo before and has been for a while, but now after like the recent events, it's become like a really major thing. Like a lot of tournaments have agreed to make this a very standardized and heavily enforced rule, and like all Evo events have this, and like a bunch of sponsors will not support any events that are not enforcing this rule, and
Okay.
a lot of.
Well, then I think it should just be, if it's not a rule, then I don't really see a problem. I mean, I understand why some people would be upset, but if it's a rule in the tournament, that's fine then.
Right,
Yeah.
so long as they said it as the rule beforehand.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if it isn't, I feel like
Hello?
Do you feel like your internet's about to die?
This man.
Here comes like everything. He's about to say everything super fast. It's
The
coming.
silence is deafening.
I picture another.
He's
remix.
winding it. He's winding up right now. Twister.
did the remix happen again?
Oh no! You just disappeared this time.
Drop the Roger.
All right. Where did it leave off?
You disappeared.
Heaven only knows.
I can't remember. I'm watching Smash.
We heard
Oh my
everything. Never mind.
goodness. Ugh. All right. Either bottom line, if you're there, give the people a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the next question comes from a shout out, good friend of mine, Jason Levy from the Tanuki.
Wait, hold on. Can we backtrack for 1 second?
Yes.
Hi, Jason.
Give the people a show. Like, the people playing the game owe nothing to the people watching it.
That's true.
Sure they do. The people
they don't.
watching are what make them popular. If they are sponsored players and salaried players, then their job is not to win tournaments. Their job is to represent their sponsors and give them a return on investment. The people watching make what they're doing possible.
That's true too.
Yeah, they do owe the people.
Yeah, I forgot about sponsors because I'm just Smash.
These events would not be running without sponsors and without the streams going and stuff.
Right.
It's all about that stuff, and if they're going to be a part of it, then put on a show. If they don't want to put on a show, then don't go to these
Don't
tournaments.
show up.
You
Right.
can, you
You're
can
not
go-
going to do your lines. Don't get on stage.
You can show up to some small town bum event in the corner of the world and win $50 for first. And, no one will care because no one will watch it because it's not going to be streamed because, all they got is horses and hay for their buildings.
Hey, Bill.
So,
Anyway.
all right, so that's that then? You're
Yeah.
good? All right, so the question, like I said again, Jason Levy at the Tanuki, he tweeted, reports about the lack of a true story mode leave me a bit disappointed. Discuss.
Hey,
So-
all we need is adventure mode from Melee, and I'll be
That,
happy.
yes.
Yeah.
Steph, speaking the truth,
That's
that is
fine.
exactly what I want
Adventure
Because-
mode from what?
from Melee.
From what?
Because
Super
Oh my-
Smash Brothers Melee for the
What-
GameCube,
what-
released in 2001 by Nintendo.
What's that?
it's the game that was at EVO that was the most watched stream.
What game?
Marvel was the most watched stream. Hello.
Okay, whatever.
I've never heard of this game.
The only important most watched stream. Anyway.
Damn, shots have been fired.
Oh. Roger.
Anyway, yeah,
Are you white?
I am.
You're in trouble.
Okay, dude. Okay, because I used to be like Marvel baby. Okay, I used to work for Gaming Vice, and we had a weekly Marvel podcast. So I have no obligation to keep talking about Marvel anymore. I'm done. That area of my life is closed. I don't need to talk about it anymore. I'm on to Smash, so I'm
Are
done.
you saying there's something wrong with the Marvel community? You
No,
better-
just stop. Just stop before we get any more hot water. All right. Anyways.
You're taking your own
Anyways.
grave.
Anyways, so I'm exactly like in the same boat that Zeph said, is I want an adventure mode because I think the cool thing about adventure mode that Subspace didn't have is that each of the levels were based upon the franchises.
And each of the levels were in a Kirby rehash.
Right. And each of the levels didn't use like generic enemies. Like we had Goombas and Koopas, but on top of that we had like Redeads in the Zelda level. We had F-Zero cars in the F-Zero level. Like there was actual stuff that was being referenced. And if they were to do like an adventure mode and have you go through an old Mega Man stage, oh dude, like I'd love it. Shofu, what is this?
What are you talking about?
Your picture, what is this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Anyways, well, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because
I didn't,
we
I
only
didn't
heard
like
Seth.
Subspace, man. Subspace took too damn long. It was repetitive as hell. I don't know. I don't like it.
I thought it was a cool idea. It was just a little. It was.
It's a good idea executed poorly.
Yeah, because the biggest problem with Subspace
Like, bro.
Emissary. Yeah. The biggest problem with Subspace Emissary is that it was literally playing through a Kirby game with Smash characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
Which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like you could do so much more with the entire cast of Smash characters as far as like a super in-depth adventure mode goes. And I don't know.
Well, Matt, you've been oddly quiet. So what do you think about all this?
I think you should all keep talking because I'm not a Brawl baby. I think I could probably count on the number of times on my hands once how much I've played Brawl. And
Shots fired.
my
Sounds like
Twitter
a very
name is not.
respectable
They completely destroyed my character in that game too. Link was at least semi-balanced in Brawl, or excuse me, Melee, but they made him too weak in Brawl, so I stopped playing. Not the person asked for Brawl.
Matthew, you ever played Project M?
No.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, next talk about
Talk
that later. Anyway, so next question is from B Lesk on Twitter, and he said, "What's the new roster shaping up to be like? Who are we losing from Brawl? How many non-characters are joining?"
Great question.
No,
I think you should watch the previous podcast for that.
Yeah, because they're removing Rob from the game, so.
Yeah, we actually have a. Hold on, I got a direct line to Sakurai. Let me just. I'll give him a call.
Send him in a text message, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna send him a message. Oh, you know what? Crap, I can't do it because I'm in the States right now. I'm roaming, so I can't do it. So maybe next podcast.
Not bad.
Keep watching.
Right.
And didn't we already talk about the roster thing too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go back to listen to that episode, man. All right, so I'm gonna copy paste this link in the Skype chat right now because it has to do with our next question, which was from Twitter user Behind the Moves 2.
Hi, Behind the Moves 2.
And his question was, do you believe the leak? So for those of you guys who are wondering what leak they're talking about, basically, I guess there was a post on NeoGAF the day before E3 when they announced Wii Fit Trainer and Mega Man and the Villager. And some guy on GAF said that he knows 6 characters that are going to be in the game. The Villager, Wii Fit Trainer, wow, I'm forgetting already. Mega Man, of course, who's already in it. And then 3 other characters. The Mii, Little Mac, and what was the 6th in the... Oh, Pac-Man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, and then this goes off another question we got from Rocky Ali on YouTube, who said, do you guys think Pac-Man will make it into the roster? So since Pac-Man, Little Mac, and Mii are all in this supposed leak, what do you guys think? Do you think it's real?
Okay, so I'm gonna just this has nothing to do with it
Pac-Man's
being
in the
real,
game.
but if Pac-Man and the Mii are in that game, I'll go to Mexico and drink the water.
Well, like, okay, so here's the thing. Like, people wanted, I don't know why, like, God, no one could explain it to me, but a lot of people wanted the Mii to be in Brawl for some reason. They thought it would be a cool character, and it wasn't. And I could totally see it happening. We were talking about it earlier on just this podcast and how the Mii could be a possible character. I could see that happening. We were talking about retro series that we could bring back and Little Mac and how he would actually be, it could be a fitting character and how there's Giga Mac would be a good Final Smash. Namco's developing the game. If they were going to throw in a character and they only got one, it would probably be their star character, which would be Pac-Man.
Yoshimitsu.
Hey, Yoshimitsu.
If they were gonna throw in one
It won't be
character
Yoshimitsu for sure.
I know.
represent
I'm just
Namco.
kidding.
it'd probably be Pac-Man. And I could I'm thinking about it in my head, and I can kind of see it working.
He would fit in, but
He would fit in.
Drink the water.
His final smash being the 4 ghosts.
Dude, that's
playing like
so
that.
stupid.
I think his final
Pac-Man?
smash would be him going like 2D, and then you could just like chomp across the stage,
Yeah.
and as if it was 2D.
Well,
Yeah,
it'd probably be 2D Pac-Man in the 3DS because it's more of a cell shade, and then bring him 3D Pac-Man for the Wii U.
Or what I think they might do is like the 3D Pac-Man world stuff would be his main version, and they just turn into 2D for the final Smash.
Is Pac-Man World that one game? What's the Pac-Man game that I was on like Xbox? I don't know if it was
Pac-Man World.
It was on all of them though.
That
It was on,
game was-
Yeah, for GameCube.
Yeah.
That game was good.
that game was good.
Really?
Yeah,
but
yeah, the
Like-
second one in particular was actually really good.
like that, it's real good.
it gave him moves to fight with. So I'm like,
Yeah, he's got like a butt bounce like Mario and a bunch of other stuff. So I mean, they could do things with him. And I think if that was the version they did 3D, and then they turn him like 2D for his final Smash, that would make the most sense. Obviously, like everyone just turns blue, he becomes 2D Pac-Man and eats everybody. It makes sense.
Hold on, I'm looking this up. No, you guys
But-
are thinking of something different. I need to
No,
find
no,
what I'm thinking.
No, okay. Anyway, while he's looking that up, the one thing
I
I
know
want
what
to
you're
mention
talking
something-
about, but I'm not
Yeah.
talking about that.
I want to mention something Zeph just said. Is I heard Zeph say Yoshimitsu? No, it's not happening. In fact, no Tekken character is going to be in the game because Sakurai already said this was actually something that came out in the past 2 weeks. Sakurai mentioned in an interview that there are going to be no fighting game characters in Smash Brothers. That means no Ryu, no Ken, no Tekken characters,
What was
none.
the reasoning?
I don't even know. There was. I'm sure there was reasoning.
he says because they fulfilled their purpose in another game, being a fighting character, they don't need to be in Smash.
And then I saw people saying, "Oh, this discounts Little Mac." It's like, no, Punch Out is a puzzle game more than a fighting game.
Yeah.
So Little Mac's fine. Sukapan from like the old like NES Joy Mech fight or whatever, he probably won't be in it. But like,
Hey, did Brawl have trophies?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Melee?
yes,
Hella
yeah,
trophies.
Okay, so we'll probably get like Tekken trophies or something.
That'd be neat.
maybe we could get that.
I know I was reading this one post about Tails characters and how one of the requirements to be in Smash is that they have to have been on a Nintendo console, which actually limits the Tails series to like 3 different games, and one of them is Symphonia. And I've wanted Lloyd for the longest time, and I will be so happy if he's in.
I said this on the first episode, but
Yep.
I thought during the very first trailer we saw for Smash Brothers on Wii U, for the brief second before Mega Man put on his helmet, I thought that was Lloyd.
Yeah, I thought that was Isaac.
I was like, what the heck? They're putting in Lloyd? Yeah, so, I mean, I could see it happening. That's one other than Pac-Man that I could see them putting in. If not, there's one other character of Namco's that they might throw in, and that's Cosmos from Xenosaga. Because that is now a first-party Nintendo IP.
Oh, that would be a stacked character.
Yeah.
Boobs shooting out of her lasers. Wait, lasers shooting out of her boobs.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
Hello?
What kind of lasers?
Well, people are saying Bayonetta, so it wouldn't be much different.
I want Bayonetta actually very
I
bad.
do too. I really want Bayonetta too. So.
Did y'all ever play Mystical
I never
Ninja?
played that
I know
game
it's like a
before.
cult.
Goemon or whatever.
Goemon. Oh, Goemon
my
would be an
God.
awesome character.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Tragic story of my youth.
Final Smash, bring in Impact.
One of the biggest regrets of my life to date, and I am 22 years old, was I went to EB Games because I wanted some game that just came out, and I traded in my N64 copies of Ocarina of Time and Mystical Ninja Goemon.
That game's like $50 now.
Why would you have done that?
I cried going home. I was like 10 years old or something. I like instant regret.
Oh my god. All right, so actually we're already on the topic of characters, so I'm going to jump to another question if you guys don't care. So this is from Rayquaze on YouTube. And he said, what do you think about Metroid characters joining, like the ones from Hunters or Prime 3 since Samus is alone? And before anyone answers this,
No, hold on.
Ridley's too big. That's
Okay,
all I'm going to say.
okay.
Ridley's too big.
Before
All right.
anyone else talks, I got to add on to that. Hunters characters, totally cool. Metroid Hunters, not a Metroid game.
That's true.
I think Samus being alone is part of her charm.
I'm actually in the
Because
same
in her
boat as
game,
Jeff.
she's alone.
Right,
all the
she's
time.
isolated. Yes. Yes.
And the only other character would be like Dark Samus, and you saw how Ganondorf turned out.
Metroid Hunters had some really cool like the Hunters were actually pretty cool characters.
Well, there was a character in Corruption called Rundus, who was like the ice hunter or whatever. He was awesome. And in fact, his ship is seen at the end of Corruption, which is the third Metroid Prime. And there hasn't been a Metroid Prime game announced yet, like a new one. But if Rundus does a return, I could see him being the other character. But no, Ridley's not happening. He was a boss. I know people are going to like slam us for this, but Ridley is not going to be in the next game. He might be a boss. He might be a stage hazard. He's not going to be playable. I will put money on that right now. I will eat pro if that happens.
You'll eat what?
There also hasn't been a Metroid Hunters game, so I can't see a Hunters character being in really. But quick link for the Skype chat for anyone who hasn't played Hunters. They are some cool looking people.
They are.
I honestly wouldn't have a problem with them being in the game, but I don't see it happening.
Who's like the green dude with the like the spikes on his arm? Or no, he's not spikes, but they're like I don't know, like muscle.
Oh, I don't know.
Things. I don't know. He looks cool. He'd be awesome.
Yeah, they're like humanoids, so they would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've only been in one game, so unless they were gonna make another one, Sakurai's pretty against using like one-off characters.
I wish I remembered other names. I'm pretty sure the red one's called Trace, but I'm like totally pulling that out of my ass right now.
Well, actually, Hunters was the 3DS. I mean, not 3DS. It was a DS.
Oh
game.
my god, I'm totally right.
Whoa. So if that was the no. But if that was the case, I could see them implementing a 3DS or a DS or portable exclusive Metroid character because of the games being on both 3DS and Wii U. And that would actually give them a portable stage so they could put like a Metroid Prime Hunters stage for the 3DS game, since they said they like sticking to like portable things for that, or they could do a fusion stage. And if that was the case, man, they could throw in a Hunter. That'd be cool.
How old is this game though? Like I feel like it's
Metroid
really
Hunters?
irrelevant.
Game Boy Advance.
No, it was a DS game and
Launched DS game. It was
Yeah.
like 2004.
Yeah.
Fusion,
Didn't it come with the
never mind.
DS?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
the demo thing and I've played the full one.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh man, I forgot they had the pack-in demo. I still have that too. Yeah.
Roger, the dude that you like, the green guy that was all muscly and stuff, that's Candon.
He'd be awesome. He'd be really cool. I don't know what his powers are. Make up powers. They made up Falcon Punch. They could do cool stuff. All right. So the next question, I was laughing so hard when I saw this on Twitter. So I don't know if you guys saw this one. This was Ricky and I were like texting about this, just laughing. So this is a question from George. I can't. It's a question from @George W. Hoodrat.
Hi, George W. Hoodwat.
Oh.
And just to put in perspective for people who don't know who this is, I apparently made a Twitter for us to ask this question, and his profile picture is a picture of George W. Bush, and above it says, "I didn't choose the thug life chose me." And
Okay, never mind.
his question is, let me see. Okay, so his question is, Japan time is raw. Made a Twitter to ask if you think Rhythm Heaven will be in.
What is Rhythm Heaven?
So,
I think that's
so there you go.
Roger playlist. Daft Punk in the building.
What is going on?
Yeah, well, that's just like Down All remix. That was crazy.
We're losing it. We're losing it.
We are. All right, so yeah, Rhythm Heaven is it's the rhythm game that's for Game Boy Advance that was just one on Wii. Yeah, Ricky, you're right. That's the one I would play in my dorm room. Like the piku 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 desu ka? Huh? Oh, sugoi desu ne.
Oh, that game?
One, yeah.
I know that game.
Yeah, and they could do a lot of. I actually do think because of the way things are going with this roster and like him saying he wanted to put like weird out there characters. First off, Rhythm Heaven is a pretty big franchise. It's like a relatively big handheld, and it's big on consoles too. There's a lot of stuff to delve from. There's tons of characters that are pretty iconic. There's like Karate Joe, the samurai, the wrestler. I think they could totally throw in a rhythm, or even like the main dude. What's his name? Marshall, like the little guy who sings in the choir. Have any of you played Rhythm Heaven?
No.
Not even.
Oh, okay, so great. All right, so I guess I guess I'm the only one. So there's this little character. He's like the mascot. Who's he's just a little short, pudgy guy. He kind of looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy, but he's got a bow tie. But I think a Rhythm Heaven character could be really cool if they have his whole moveset based around like timing, or like all the different mini games. So like if the static punches were like and it was like done in press with the rhythm, sort of like the game. It's hard to explain, but I think that could be really cool if they timed all the attacks just like they were timed in the games. So
Sounds like
Roger
low
just
tier
sounded
material.
like an insane person.
Somebody just tweeted us.
I know,
a question,
I know.
by the way.
I know it
Someone
sounds
just tweeted a question.
Yeah.
Someone
they,
just tweeted one.
They said why it's Alex Bieniek.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
All right. Why hasn't Nintendo supported competitive Smash?
I could
2
tell
weeks
you
ago,
why.
they just did.
Exactly.
I mean, but after doing the complete opposite.
It was after doing. Well, we had Melee Gate happened, but I think after that, I think the message is pretty much there. And on top of that, that bounces off a question that we also got from CT0, who was on the show before, and he tweeted, "Do you think Smash Brothers could potentially become a top game on Twitch? Do you think it'll grow on Twitch because of Evo and Smash 4?"
There's no
I
way,
think
man.
Melee. I think Melee can, but
We're talking.
I'm just gonna say Melee because that's the competitive game, and people use Twitch usually for speed runs or competitive things.
Right. I think.
So you're
I think
saying
there's really no
Smash
way-
4 won't be competitive?
It's looking like Brawl to me.
No.
We don't know.
I
until
played
it's out.
Brawl this morning, and dude, no, this looks better than Brawl. Like original Brawl, like I said, not Project Ebb.
That doesn't mean it'll be competitive though.
No, that's true, I guess.
Because the
but-
gap between Brawl and Melee is gigantic.
I know.
Yeah.
Any game can be competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
are you
well, yeah,
talking-
Brawl's competitive, but I mean, Zeph's obviously talking about like the level of skills.
You're right.
Skills.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm assuming just Wii U competitive, right? Who the heck would do 3DS competitive?
Right.
I
I
would
Sounds like broken 3DS. There's
mean,
gonna be
I'd love-
circle pads flying everywhere.
I love that there's a 3DS version, but I feel like at Evo next year, if it's out by Evo next year, probably not. So Evo 2015, I feel like people will be playing Smash 4, but people will be sitting in the audience in between matches playing the 3DS version.
That'd be cool.
I could see that happening.
My biggest concern for competitive Smash 4 is the fact that there, as far as I know, is no wired controllers. Like if you go to a fighting game tournament, they're usually using like a wired Xbox or PS3 controller like plugged right in, or a
Yeah.
fight stick which plugs in via USB. Like the
Well-
Wii U is completely wireless.
But you can actually plug in fight sticks via USB.
Okay,
Yeah,
you can
but-
play Smash 4 with a fight stick. Have fun.
No, that's not what I
Yeah.
mean. That's not what I mean. That came out wrong. I'm saying I mean like because of the USB, if someone chooses to make a controller, like if they want to make a USB GameCube controller, they could.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
I guess.
Everybody would have to buy that.
all of you guys were talking about wanting to buy, if they were going to re-release a GameCube controller, you'd all buy it, right?
Of course.
So there you go. There's your answer, Ricky.
They can make a lot of money that way too. I think it's smart if they do that.
I've got a patent in the works already.
There you go.
I'm gonna make bank.
Hella bands.
So I guess the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap up the show, we were going to talk about it a little earlier. We kind of got off topic with the remix stuff and all the other stuff that was going on.
It's all you.
But one of the most asked questions that we get, one of the most people will ask this all the time, is what stages do we want to see in the next Smash Brothers? So really quickly, I'm just going to go down. Everybody name off one by one what stage you want to see in the next Smash Brothers. It could be on the 3DS or Wii U or both. Just name it. What stage do you want to see from what game? Any stage from any game that could be in Smash Brothers.
It could be any game for me as long as the stage is flat, nothing moves.
So Final Destination.
So that's another. Thank you for saying Final Destination, because we've actually seen the Final Destination for Smash Wii U.
What, really?
Yeah. So if you go back, this is really cool. I forgot who pointed this out, but if you go back and watch the developer direct for Japan, so the American one has it too, but it's a lot more noticeable in Japan because there's not like 2 dubs over it. There's a Battlefield stage, which you can clearly see, and there's a stage that looks a lot like Battlefield, but it's a Final Destination stage. There are no platforms, and Mario and Mega Man are fighting on it. So we've actually seen Final Destination, and it looks a lot like Battlefield. It looks almost exactly like Battlefield.
So it's like Battlefield without the platforms, basically?
Yes, yeah. But it has, you could clearly see when they zoom out the camera that it is a Final Destination. Like, it has the shape of Final Destination. Yeah, so we've seen it. We've actually seen Final D. That's something that no one talks about before. So
sneaky.
There you go. You heard it here first. Go back and look. But in all seriousness, yeah, okay, let's say this, assuming everything's tournament viable, assuming whatever game, they will make a tournament viable stage, what game do you want to see made into a stage? Assuming it's tournament viable.
I don't need to think about this.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, that's why it's a
what's
question.
Define tournament viable?
I mean, like, Battlefield, or no stage hazards. No stage hazards, no, like, weird gimmicks, no WarioWare minigames where you pick noses in between, like,
Does
nothing
it
like
have
that.
to be tournament viable from a previous game?
I mean, it doesn't have to be if you want to.
Mute City.
Oh, I hope Mute City returns.
Well, I was listening to the podcast previously, and someone was talking about having like a continuous level where I guess the level continued to move. Mute City is like the epitome of that. I mean, you're having all hell break loose when you're on the highway with the cars coming at you, and you get back on the platform. You better hope you get on there before you die. I mean, I think it's a fast-paced level. You got to always watch your ass, watch what's going on. Now, tournament viable? No, that's too many hazards. But
maybe if it had ledges.
Yeah, I would love to see like a tournament viable F-Zero stage though.
Mute City used to be, but then they banned it.
Did it used to be a counter pick, or was it like?
Yeah, so was Poke Floats.
Oh yeah, I remember Poke Floats being, but I didn't remember Mute City being.
Yeah, so was Brinstar, Poke Floats, and Rainbow Cruise.
You know what would make a really cool stage?
Huh.
Dracula's Castle.
Oh my goodness. You and your project plugs. No, Warchamp, what's your real answer? What do you think?
Actually, that's my answer.
Oh my goodness.
As long as we get Simon Belmont.
I would love something Castlevania, but I just don't think it's happening.
Could be neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, some of my favorite Nintendo system games that would make good stages, and the only thing that keeps popping into my head is Zelda, and there's been so many Zelda stages.
Pokemon Stadium 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
For me,
I think for me, just because I've recently been playing through Earthbound again on Wii U, and there's going to be a new Earthbound stage. Guaranteed it's going to happen. The one I'd really want to see is there's an area in Earthbound called Summers, where it's basically on a beach, but it's this big city, and there's like this kraken that comes out of the water that you fight, and there's all these other like weird things, and the music is really, really good. And I think if they had a Summers stage, that would be awesome, and it would look really good in HD to have this like sort of beach area, and then have like the kraken come up in the background, and maybe not like attack players, but just sort of be a stage like background thing would be really cool.
That'd be fine.
I would dig a Summers stage. So, Ricky, what do you think?
You know what I was hoping for? There's this Hannah Montana game that came out on
All right, if we're doing this, I hope we get a Mario Golf stage.
Well,
What would happen on the Mario Golf stage? People like
Mario would punt the people with the golf club.
Oh, that'd be
Mario
so
Golf.
good.
Get
I
Mario
would
Golf
love
with
that.
Mario Paint.
You know, we need a free fall stage.
No, wait, go back to what Matthew said. A Mario Paint stage? Oh my god, if it was like PictoChat and it like generated a song in the background and you had to like stand on the notes and shit. Oh my
War
god.
Champ is busting nuts.
Tons of nuts.
Mario Paint stage, Smash 4, make it happen.
Calling it
That
now.
would be. I want a new Mario Paint. Oh my goodness, that would be great.
What the hell is Mario Paint?
What's wrong with you?
Well,
Whoa!
I was gonna give him a real answer.
Excuse my ignorance.
If we're gonna be animals around here,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we be civilized? Like,
All right.
Go get a Super Nintendo.
Or look up like weird Mario Paint remixes of old Linkin Park songs. You'll find tons of them on YouTube.
What's Linkin Park?
It's that game that came out in 2001 that was just at Evo.
not bad.
I don't know what other. I'm trying to think of like other games that I would want stages.
Remix version.
It's probably not going to happen, but I would really like a stage from The Last Story, which was that Wii RPG by like Sakaguchi and Uematsu. That would be cool. Maybe Lazarus Castle or something, or I don't know. I don't know really what else.
You were basically talking about it earlier. Here's a good idea for a stage. Wonderful 101.
Oh yeah, but see, we don't really know because the game's not out yet. But there is one thing during the demo I played last E3 where you battle this giant robot. And a Wonderful 101 stage on the back of a giant robot would be really cool. Like smashing through a city and stuff is flying at you. That would be really cool.
Dude, that game is crazy, man. I played that game like a year and a half ago.
I know, right? I think that was that was E3 20.
I mean, yeah, it was like a year ago,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
a year and some months.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's gonna be good. That comes out by the time we have our next podcast. I think it comes out in Japan, right?
Not bad.
Really?
Pretty sure, not bad. If it does.
So long as none of the stages are like the one from PlayStation All Stars, because some of those were like really distracting backgrounds.
We don't mention that game ever. That game didn't happen. That game didn't exist.
Thank you.
Oh
No, one thing that I will say, because people say this all the time, is people are like, oh, maybe one thing that they should take from All Stars is having like crossover stages. No, don't do that. I don't want like a Yoshi's Island stage with like Ganondorf appearing in the background throwing fireballs or something. That's not something I want. No. Crossover stages are just weird. I don't really know. Like, are there any other big franchises that don't really have like playable characters that we're missing? Because I think we sort of covered everything.
Professor Layton?
Oh, well, of course.
Of course. What would there be? What kind of
London? Are you kidding? You put it in London and you have puzzles drop in the background? It'd be like the WarioWare stage. It wouldn't be viable, but I'd love a Professor Layton stage.
Yo, the final boss is going to be the freaking floating head from Brain Age.
Oh. Well, actually, people were saying that in Brawl that they should have done that because you already had the two Master Hand and Crazy Hand.
No way, man. Taboo was a totally cool idea.
Stop. Taboo was horrendous. Taboo was like, I would love to have been in the meeting when they came up with that character, where they were like, so, all right, we need a final boss for Smash Brothers Brawl's story mode. Like, what do you guys want to put in? And some guy's like, well, I watched Tron last night. Can we just, like, do something with Tron? And everyone just looks at him, yeah, we'd have to make it original, sure. And then they made Taboo.
And then Sakura's like, hey, can we put Sonic in our game? Or just like, only if you have his intro be him kicking the shit out of that thing you just made.
We broke your copyright. Please understand.
I don't know how to feel about the racism in here now.
What? How is that racist?
You were being racist, bro.
That is not. I speak Japanese. Are you kidding? Are you joking with me right now? Like,
I think he's being right.
Bro,
I don't think I like what this podcast is turning into.
Baka!
Are we attacking Asian people?
All right, we're not. Anyways, so with that being said, I'm sorry it was a slow news week, guys. I'm glad we were at least able to record. This was
Sorry
fun.
for the racism.
And what are you talking about? All right, so where can people find you guys? Just first off, Matt, you go first because people know.
Before we do the outro, because I remembered the game I was thinking of earlier when we were talking about Pac-Man.
Okay, what?
Pac-Man Championship Edition.
All right, I don't know what that is.
That's the one on Xbox Live Arcade.
Oh, that one.
Pretty sure that.
I know what that one is.
That game was really good. That was like Pac-Man on crack.
All kinds of nuts.
So good.
That
Anyway.
actually makes a lot more sense because you were saying Pac-Man World, and I enjoyed Pac-Man World, but it wasn't like amazing.
Yeah, I don't.
That was like platformer for GameCube and stuff. Yeah. There was the third one that was really bad too. All right. Anyways, so let's wrap this up. Matt, where can people find you?
Twitter handle M_I_Williams. Or you can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/M_I_Williams.
Nice
like a lot there,
consistent. At least it's consistent.
Totes.
Oh well, there. Hey, okay.
Roger dipped again. Shofu.
I'm here. I'm letting everyone talk.
What's up?
Where can we find this Shofu kid? I don't know who he is.
You should probably look in your local police station.
Are you kidding me?
That's your outro?
Holy shit!
Oh God! All right. And all of us are in the Shofu's YouTube description. Just look in the YouTube description. I'm at Rogers Base.
I'm taking you out.
What? Hold on. No, good.
Because you're racist.
Just like you took out the iTunes feed. People are asking. Yes, listeners, we do have an iTunes feed.
Oh, I just forgot about that.
Okay, well, put that in. People keep asking, like, where's the iTunes feed? So we do have one. If you search up Japan Time on iTunes, you'll find us. 5-star us, give us a good review, like us, whatever you do on iTunes. We'll read your reviews on the show if they're good.
You better read bad ones too. We keep it real around here.
All right, we'll read the bad ones too. That's like an open invitation for Black Blastoise to go like write something. I'd love to read iTunes reviewed by Black Blastoise. That'd be great. All right, well, Ricky, I'm gonna let you have the last word. What are your words of wisdom for this week?
Go, Cat!
Okay. Most people don't know that I do indeed sell maybe about 14 kilos
Are you
Oh
kidding me?
my God!
of and pure from Australia at the low price of 18 cents. What I'm trying to tell you is that you get the best prices from Ricky Cocaine at Cocaine Twitter. Putting that plug in right there. Okay. So keep it real, keep it slick, jazzy, lubricated. Okay.
Oh my God!
Is that recorded? Was that recorded?
Heck yeah, that's being recorded. Yeah.
Oh.
Good night.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night.
Jesus Christ. Sakura likes to over-present everything that he's made in Smash.
And on top of that, I think to the same level, I think with most people as Star Fox is. And Star Fox is what, like 3 characters? This makes sound worse. Kirby's 3. I don't think they're going to cut anything from Star Fox, especially since they showed it in the first trailer as like one of their big franchises. So I don't know why. And plus, I was playing again, and Wolf's an awesome character. So I hope he doesn't get cut.
Hold on.
Everyone else just went through the same thing, right?
Yeah. Roger, what is wrong with your internet? This man switched dimensions. I don't even think
Remake.
Roger, he's there.
Oh, he's doing it again.
And he was talking. We were laughing like he didn't hear us.
Yeah.
Laughing.
Skip. He just kept going.
This man is in another dimension. We all started laughing and he just kept talking.
I was so scared to laugh. I was like, did anybody else hear that nonsense? Heaven on earth.
Did you not see what I was typing?
Oh my god.
I just read it, Seth.
Oh my god.
He's still gone. He's not even back.
Yeah, he's not.
This man's internet, man.
All right, we got to keep going until he's back, until that submarine resurfaces.
What in the hell was he talking about?
Every single episode is internet.
He was talking about how he doesn't think Wolf's gonna get cut, and he doesn't think DDD or Meta Knight are gonna get cut.
Is wrong
yeah.
with your computer.
And like when he started going into that, like he was saying, like, you know what, Wolf, I don't think Wolf's gonna be cut because, and I, like, you know, before he said anything, I thought he was going to talk about the Melee video, because the video shows Fox and Wolf in the video, and Fox and Falco in that game. So I was just like, oh no, you are not saying Falco should be cut instead of Wolf. You are not going there. And he didn't. He didn't, so he's lucky.
Hey, I'm putting that part at the end.
The remix?
Yes. Roger.
I'm here now. What's good?
I don't know.
Hey, how was your venture to the fifth dimension, man?
It was good, man. I met some cool people. I met the Burger Queen. I went to DC for about a week. It was good.
Oh.
Dude, is Skrillex your internet service provider?
What is wrong with your internet, man?
Hey, Roger, you meet
I
up
have
with,
no idea.
with my bro Yugi over there in the Shadow Realm?
Oh, people are going to be listening to this episode like I don't even know what is going on. See, this is what happens on a slow news week. Is like Skrillex happens.
Chaos.
All right. So, anyways,